Oh man, I can't stand it when all these bugs are everywhere and they get in my face and I don't even know what to do. I mean, it makes it so much hard work just to accomplish anything. Like when I'm outside raking the leaves and man, bugs are smacking me in the face or I'm trying to run. And when I'm running, I'm breathing so hard. What happens? They get in my teeth and then everybody's laughing at me. I'm like trying to figure out, why are you laughing? I mean, what's going on? And I smile and then they laugh even harder because all of a sudden there's bugs inside my teeth. I mean, man, it's so crazy. Then today, you know what's really hard today is when I'm at home and I'm trying to learn through a computer screen, just like what you're watching me on right now. You know, it's so difficult to even like understand what's going on because sometimes I'm like sitting in my house and I'm looking out there and out there is a window and out of the window is all my friends or squirrels. And I'm like staring off and I lose my train of thought and the teacher's like, Steve, what was that number? I'm like, number, lunch? You know, that's all that happens to me. I like so crazy. It's so hard to pay attention to everything going on, especially on this all online things. And you know, that makes me think about a funny situation. Do you know why ants don't get COVID? Because they've got antibodies. And you know what? Something smells. Well, then you know what? I've been anticipating this day all week long. Did you know that? That I've been anticipating that all week long? And you know, as I think about it, I think about this. How do you know if an ant is a boy or if an ant is a girl? Well, here's how you know. If it's a girl ant, it sinks. If it's a boy ant, it floats. Get it? Boy ant. Ah! The other day I was walking down the street, you know, I wasn't paying too much attention to anything that's going on. And all of a sudden I heard underneath my foot a crack, a snap, and a pop. I lifted up my foot and you know what was underneath? An ant. You know what I had to call? An ambulance. I had to call an ambulance. And you know, I got a question for you. How many ants do you think out on Basecamp Online it takes to fill up an apartment? 10 ants! Get it? 10 ants? Or, I got another one. Sometimes for me, I like just to be all alone. Nobody around. Just leave me by myself. You know what you call an ant that wants to be the same way? They're called an independent ant. Then, you know what else? Here's another one. Anybody here know what the world's largest ant is? An elephant. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I can imagine that these days are pretty tough for you guys. Being at home, social distancing, doing school online, and all that. I wonder if you know what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about ants. And you know, ants are really hard workers. Today, Alex steps up and tells us a story all about ants. Ants are actually inside the Bible. As we get ready to prepare for our day, I want you to think about how you've had to work so hard, harder than any other time of your life, to prepare for what's coming. I know it's hard being online school, and now they've told you what? We might have to go online school longer or shorter, or they can't figure out what's going on. That can send our mind in all these crazy places. Let's kick off Basecamp with our countdown. Are you ready? Let's count it down together. Welcome you to Basecamp Online and Basecamp Live, where we're super excited about learning about ants today. And I, as I already mentioned, have been anticipating this all week long. I know for you, you've been anticipating going back to school. And for some of you, it's holding you back. But you know what? Here at Basecamp Online and Basecamp Live, we know that you want to get together with your friends. And so we've planned an amazing event called Family Fun Night. all of us on the staff of Family Ministry at Bible Center Church are going to go to Winter Place to go tubing, skiing, or whatever you want to do. We'll be there at 5 o'clock on February the 5th. You need to go online with your moms and dads, purchase your tickets before you go. Make sure you have those tickets before you arrive because the tickets sell out so fast. We look forward to seeing you at Winter Place for our family fun night. Your moms and dads need to make sure that you get a ride to the event. Let's kick off Base Camp Online as we focus on the rules of life, playing well and finishing strong, because God has called us to live this life by certain rules. And as I think about all the games that are out there, like Uno, Skip-Bo, and even this game called Boggle, my mind gets blown at how everybody comes up with these crazy, amazing games. And then there's rules that we have to follow in these games for everybody to be able to play well. And you know, as I think about playing Candyland or Sorry, moving my little marker from place to place, I have to follow the rules or I'd be cheating. And I know that cheating is a form of lying and stealing. God intended us to never lie and never steal and never cheat. Because when we steal, cheat, lie, anything like that, we're not loving God, we're not loving others the way that He's called us to. I know one way that God's called us to show that we love Him. That's by standing up, singing and shouting and praising Him. Let's do that together. Here we go.
I can't contain it. This love is so contagious, so contagious. I wanna shout it and tell the world about it. Tell the world about it. Higher than mountain peaks, deeper than the deepest sea. Amazed by your love for me. Wider than galaxies, stronger than anything. Amazed by your love for me. So good, so unbelievable. I found a love that fills my soul. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in. I just can't live one day without it. Can't help but sing about it. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in. I can't contain it. This love is so contagious, so contagious. I wanna shout it and tell the world about it. Tell the world about it. Never been a love so true, always gonna see me through. That's what your love can do. Faithful every night and day, nothing more I can say. Your love blows me away. So good, so unbelievable. I found a love that fills my soul. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in. I just can't live one day without it. Can't help but sing about it. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in. I can't contain it. This love is so contagious, so contagious. I wanna shout it and tell the world about it. Tell the world about it. I can't contain it. This love is so contagious, so contagious. I wanna shout it and tell the world about it. Tell the world about it. So good, so unbelievable. I found a love that fills my soul. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in. I just can't live one day without it. Can't help but sing about it. No, I can't hold it in. I can't hold it in.
Hey there, I'm MC Haggis, and this here is my beatboxing partner, Seamus McFamous. Give him a sample, Seamus. This month we're learning about responsibility, showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Me and Seamus were both supposed to show responsibility and wash one article of clothing each. one article. Right, Seamus?
Aye.
I guess you could say that we took that one part literally, because we both washed this. This is the only thing we have clean. 2 grown men wearing onesies. So, let's review. We were supposed to show we could be trusted with what is expected of us, right?
Aye.
And the person who was supposed to show responsibility and wash only one article of clothing was me, myself, and you can't have the word responsibility without the letter
Aye.
RESPONSBLTY. Find out what it means to.
Aye.
No.
Aye.
No. And you can say the same thing about you, right?
Aye.
Responsibility. We're not good examples of that today, but kick it anyway. You can have tranquility with your capability to get things done with civility. That's right, you can be trusted with the things that you're supposed to do, and that is responsibility. Word. You know, Seamus, I'm starting to think these onesies are kind of sharp, you know? Maybe we should change our names to MC Skunky and Seamus McWalrus. What do you think? Hey, kick it, Seamus McWalrus.
Aye. Aye. You know, when I think about our one word of the month, responsibility, it's amazing because there are a lot of places that I'm expected to do something, behave in a certain way. And you know, I think of you out on Basecamp Online and responsibility. Before we go any further, let's say our one word and its definition all together. Are you ready? Here we go. Responsibility. Showing you can be trusted with what's expected of you. When I think about the rules of life and responsibility and expectations, there's a lot of people that expect things out of me. You expect things out of me. You expect things out of yourself. You on Basecamp Online, you expect every week that Mr. Steve's gonna show up and we're gonna teach a Bible lesson and help you grow in your relationship with Jesus. You know, you expect stuff out of yourself. Like sometimes you wake up in the morning and you look at life like an artist. You also look at life like a scientist with problems to be solved and chemicals to be added to, things to be explored, because you're also an amazing explorer, going on different adventures. I remember when I was a kid, I would work hard at finding secret places in my house to either hide or to explore. Sometimes I'd go down in my basement, find all these boxes full of amazing treasures. I'd open up these boxes and dig through them. I remember one time my mom said, "Hey, I hear some noise coming from downstairs. What are you doing?" "Oh, don't worry, it's okay." Well, yeah, I got in a little bit of trouble because I wasn't responsible and I was expected to pick up my mess. I had to go down and work so hard to pick up the mess that I created down in the basement. But exploring was amazing. Maybe some of you out on Basecamp Online and Basecamp Live, you guys are like architects. When you wake up in the morning, you work hard at building that next thing out of your Legos or some other kind of set that you have at your house. Maybe you're really creative and you're that artist. You wake up and work hard at that masterpiece, which reminds me, God says in his Bible that he's created you a masterpiece. Then it also brings to my mind something that happens sometimes. You guys have been doing school online, and I know you've been trying so hard. You've been working to your best of your ability, just like an ant does. And in your mind, some of the stuff that's been going on, like trying to do math online, science online, history online, or whatever else it is super duper hard. Then when your brother and sister make so much noise or distract you or poke you or take your favorite food, it's super hard to work hard. It's super hard to work hard at loving God and loving others when we're in those situations, which was our first week's bottom line. Which brings me to last week's bottom line, that we're to share what God's given us. We have gifts, talents, resources, and all kinds of stuff that God's given us. You have toys in the most amazing homes. You have beds and sheets and blankets to keep you warm at night. You also have some crazy cool ideas up in your head. God's asking you to share everything that you have with others so they can also love God and love others. The greatest responsibility that God's given his followers is this: you become a disciple that makes disciples so other people can be rescued from their sin and have a relationship with Jesus Christ that allows them to talk to God at any moment of their day. Which brings us to our bottom line today, which is working hard. Working hard is a responsibility that God's given us and is expected from our moms, our dads, everyone around. No matter how old you are, no matter how much money you get, God has given us the responsibility to continue to work hard. That's what he's called us all to do, and to love the life that he has gifted to every single person. Which brings me to this amazing rule for life. God's rules for life is that we work hard, we learn to play well, and that we finish strong. Let's all say our bottom line together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Work hard. Let's say it one more time. Work hard. That's the rule for life. So you and I learn to play well and finish strong. Which brings me to the most amazing fun time of our day. That amazing, most fun, most incredible time of our day is when you and I play a game. The first week we started off with our game board that looked just like this. It was blank and we were ready to take the first steps forward. We took 1, 2, 3, 4 steps forward. One more step and we landed in the Hungry Hippo section of our board game. Which last week we played Hungry Hungry Hippos and the boys won the game, which brought us to this brand new place on our board, which was the anthill. That's right, and today to move us from our anthill to the next section that you and I need to move to, we've got to play another most amazing game. Basecamp Online, you put pause right there. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Holy smokes, that was an amazingly, totally intense game today. The boys jumped from behind, coming up, catching the girls. The girls led the entire game with 4 points. The guys finally caught up in the last round, tying with the girls. Whew, that was stressful. We're gonna give that tie to the girls because they led from the front of this entire game. Great job, girls. That moves us from the Hungry Hippos right into the anthill. We're gonna come right down into the forest. Man, forest reminds me of some amazing things. Like, there are really furry animals out in the forest. Some of those furry animals are scary. Then there are some animals that are kind of prickly, like a porcupine. I don't know about you, but I've seen some porcupines out in the forest before. That's the last thing I want to pet. I mean, petting along and then all the porcupine quills everywhere. I've seen some dogs with porcupine quills. I don't want that. Then there are some animals that are itsy bitsy little tiny furry cuddly little things. You just hold on your shoulder. And it tries to bite you in the neck. Oh, I stay away from those kind too. I mean, but then there's like little tiny hard-shelled animals like ants, which is who we're talking about today. Great job in our game. Yes, hard-shelled animals are also turtles. Great job in our game today. We're gonna stand up and sing. Here we go.
I'm not helpless. I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second
Dear God, thank you for Boss. He was the only thing I wanted for Christmas. And when he came into the room with a bow on him, it was the best day of my life. Mom said that the only reason we got Boz is because I promised to take care of him. And I did for the first few weeks, in all kinds of weather. But when school started up again, well, it wasn't easy. And well, sometimes I forgot. I'm not going to write it because, well, you know, it's just a lot tougher to take him for walks every single day. I wasn't doing what Mom trusted me to do. Then she helped me make a chart. It really helps to see what gets checked off every single day. I know I can do this. Boz is a great dog. God, thanks for helping me and Boz do this together. Uh-oh, gotta go. Read.
When I think about all of our responsibilities, and I think of you all on Base Camp Online, man, you might have a pet that takes a lot of responsibilities. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. But right now, I have two very special friends that are going to come up here and review our Bible lesson with us. And it's our Bible verse for the entire month. Here they come right up. All of a sudden, they're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to help you remember your Bible verse. We're so thankful for teenagers in our student ministry like this that are willing to help boys and girls take their next steps in a relationship with Jesus Christ, growing in that relationship. Learning our Bible verse helps us remember what God has in store for us. I imagine with all of you guys out here on Base Camp Online and Base Camp, I've heard so many stories about how you all have had to take on some new responsibilities in your life. Moms and dads are expecting so much more out of you because you've gotten pets, just like this. This is my buddy. His name is Romeo. When we got him almost a year ago, he was a little tiny, cuddly little guy. Now, he's great, big, cuddly, curly, floppy, crazy guy. Sometimes, he likes to chew on me, like I'm his chew toy. I love him, and I think he's so much fun. But you know, as I think about it, Romeo has a lot of responsibility for everybody in my family. For me, a lot of days, I gotta take him to go to the bathroom when I get up in the morning. Then he wants a treat, so I give him a treat, which is so much fun to give him, but it's my responsibility. He's expecting me to give that to him. You know what he expects out of our entire family? He expects my family to make sure we give him water and food and a nice warm place to stay. And then when he gets into trouble, like digging through the trash can, Romeo goes right into his crate, because that's a no-no in our house. So you know what? We all have responsibilities to help Romeo learn how to be a well-behaved pet in our household. We take that because it's expected out of us. And I can imagine for all of you, you've got a hamster, a mouse, maybe you guys got one of those creepy snakes, or maybe a bunch of lizards in your house. You have a responsibility to keep their cage clean, make sure they're fed, watered, and they're all nice and warm. That takes hard work. Working hard is what God's called us all to do. Because as we do that, we are reminded that it's one of the rules of life. God's written all through his Bible different rules for you and I to live by. And working hard, giving our best, is a way that we show God we respect him, we respect others, and love the life that he's gifted to every single person. So, right now, I want to remind you of something very special we're doing here at Base Camp Live and Base Camp Online. Here we go.
And now, it's time for this month's widget with MC Haggis and Seamus McFamous.
The disembodied voice is just doing what he's supposed to do. He's being responsible. Let's give him a break. Hey there! I'm MC Haggis, and this here is Seamus McFamous. This month, we're learning about responsibility, showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. And this month's widget is something that is sure to help us with that. Show him, Seamus. It's the Rules for Life scratch-off card! Families can have some fun while they learn to live with responsibility. Each week, they can take turns scratching with a coin to discover the rules for life, followed by reading the weekly scripture passage. Then, families can discuss how they can live out the rules for life as a family. At the end of the month, after they've talked over the last rule, they can treat themselves to a family dessert party. So get yours today! Oh, I've got an itch. Can you... Yeah, keep scratching. Yeah, just a little more. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, and a rule for life. We scratched 2 birds with 1 coin.
Hey, boys and girls, how have you been doing on your scratch-off card? I've already scratched off my section for today, and I was so excited to read. It's talking all about working hard, just like our bottom line is today. I can't think of another animal in God's wild kingdom outside of the ant that works so hard. It never argues, it never complains, it never talks back. It does what it's supposed to do, no matter what. So do dolphins, right? I mean, dolphins swim and eat and play and have fun. But there's nothing like the ant. When I scratch off this card, I'm also reminded that Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 through 8 is here on this card. So that every single day of this week, our family can read that verse. This is our Rules for Life card. And if you don't have one, all you need to do is come by the office here at Bible Center Church. We would love to stay connected with you as a family because we miss you. We want to help you take steps in your relationship with God and grow in this relationship because with God, He provides real, true life. And to grow in a relationship, we must work hard, which is our bottom line. Boys and girls here on Base Camp Online, let's say our bottom line together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Work hard. And you know, as I think about working hard, sometimes it's hard work for some of us to stand up and sing. But that's what we're about to do. Let's all stand up, sing, and praise Jesus together. Here we go.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me. I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. Yeah. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart.
name is Erica, and I'm trying to get this metal ball over this bridge, around this magnetic thing, through the metal tubes, around the spiky yellow stuff, through the hoop, around in the maze, and in this orange thing to the very end. But so far, I'm stuck. Not here, not here, not here, not here, not even close to there, not here, not here, nope, here. But will I give up? Of course not! If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's what I was taught. It's my responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected. Let's do this. Okay, now I give up. I tried again. I still didn't succeed. I don't want to play this anymore. It's so hard. I don't want to do it if it's hard. I'm tired. My head hurts. I want to do something else. This can't be right. I shouldn't quit doing something just because it's hard. I never get anything done if I did that. Let's do this. Hold on. I can do it. Hold on. And complained about how hard it was. Actually, now that I think about it, the whining and complaining didn't really help at all. What did help was something we're learning about in today's story. That's something for you to anticipate. The story is about ants, so that's why it's funny. Let's do this.
Looking at this beautiful stage behind us, how many ants do you think it would take to get rid of all that food? 100. A lot. So is one of those 100 times their weight? So the bottom line today was work hard. And then we're talking about ants, as we heard. So does anyone know, why are we comparing ants with work hard? So did you know the Bible mentions ants? So we're going to look at what King Solomon says about ants. Does anyone remember who King Solomon is? What was one very important thing he was known for? That's sort of not the most important thing he was known for. What did Solomon ask from God? Wiseness, wisdom. He asked for wisdom. So Solomon is one of the wisest people to live on the earth. And he wrote a whole book. Does anyone remember what that book's called? Proverbs. Does anyone know where the Proverbs is in the Bible, roughly? The middle, yeah. If you just open up in the middle, you'll probably hit Proverbs, or you'll hit Psalms, which is the chapter book before it. So we're going to start at the very end of Proverbs, Proverbs 30, verse 24 and 25. 4 things on earth are small, but they are exceedingly wise. The ants are a people not strong, yet they provide their food in the summer. So right here we hear ants are supposedly one of the wisest creatures. Is that something you would, if you were someone to say the word ant, is wise or wisdom something you would put with the ant? No. I know when I think of ant, 2 things pop in my head. When I hear ant first, I think of when I was your age and I'd go and squish the ants. Anyone do that? Anyone for some reason enjoy squishing little ants? Yes. Number 2, the other thing I recall about ants is, have you ever had ants in your house? How annoying it is to get rid of ants. Isn't it so annoying? Even if there's just one, they all start popping up everywhere. Those are the 2 things I think of ants. I don't think about wisdom. Why would I think about wisdom? So we heard that they said they're one of the wisest. So why are they one of the wisest? So we're going to go back to chapter 6 in Proverbs, chapter 6, 6 through 8. It reads, "You people who don't want to work, think about the ant. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, it has no leader or ruler, but it stores up its food in the summer. It gathers its food at harvest time." So, chapter 6, 6 through 8. So in one of the verses it says, it has no commander, it has no leader or ruler. What does that make you, does that mean no one bosses them around? Isn't there a queen ant? Does the queen ant tell the ants what to do? Does the queen ant say, hey, go get food, bring food back, move over here, go over there? No, queen ant doesn't tell them to do it. They do it on their own. What? Yes, she's just laying eggs. She's not ordering the other ants around. So why are they? They're working without? Well, that doesn't make any sense. And let's think about anthills. Have you ever looked at an anthill? Have you ever messed with an anthill? Have you ever seen how like the ants going back and forth? Sometimes they're carrying giant pieces of food or stuff. Yep. They're always coming and going from the anthill. All summer long, they go out, collect food, and bring it back to their hill to store for winter. And remember, no one tells them to do this. Ants don't need a boss or a teacher or a coach to tell them what to do or give them a set of rules. They work hard because that's how God made them. If they were lazy, they would have died. Interesting, right? So, going back to the verse, Solomon was comparing what to ants? What was the very beginning of that verse? What type of people? Yes. People that are not working hard. So King Solomon is comparing lazy people that aren't working hard to ants. So let's give some scenarios to see how would an ant work in this scenario. So scenario number 1, you know you have chores to do. If you were an ant, what would you do? Not do the chores? I don't know about that. You'd do the chores. Now, would you do the chores after your parents told you to do the chores? Or would you, yes. But what we just talk about the queen ant didn't tell the ants to do. Well, the queen ant didn't tell the ants to do the work. The ants did the work anyways. So maybe do your chores without your parents telling you to do them? It's so tough. Number 2, second one. What about if you have homework? Teacher gives you homework. Do you wait till the 3rd time your teacher tells you, have you finished your homework yet? To do your homework? Or do you do your homework immediately? What would an ant do? What would the ant do? The ant would eat the homework. So remember, an ant doesn't need a reward to work hard. The ant does work hard because, just like an ant, we can choose to work hard and do our best. That is a great way to be responsible. We should work hard to keep our rooms clean, to help around the house. We should listen to our teachers and work on our assignments and obeying the rules in the classroom. We can work hard at being a good friend, helping others, and showing God's love every day. God has given us everything we need to be responsible, so we can work hard like the ant. So let's bow our head and pray. Dear Lord, thank you for blessing us with this beautiful day. Thank you for giving us this lesson on a small, what we'd consider a smaller, simple ant, but how wise it can be. God, you created us in your image. You created us to do good things. You did not want us to be lazy and not work hard. You want us to give our very best effort every day. Help us to make wise choices and work hard, even when we don't want to. Even when we're tempted to be lazy, help us to work hard. We love you and all these things. In Jesus' name, amen.
I gotcha. Look, I get it. Work is hard, but if we don't work, nothing will ever get done. Think about it. If the ant didn't work, he wouldn't have any food stored up for the winter. We actually need work. Plus, think about Jesus. He gave us an example for how to love people and serve others, and he always did it gladly, working with all his heart. When we work, we should do it with a good attitude. Like we're working for God. We shouldn't whine and complain every time someone asks us to do something that's hard or boring. In fact, we could choose to work hard even before someone asks. Think of work like it's a mission. When your mom or dad tells you to clean your room or something, don't go, "It's so hard." Instead say, "Let's do this." And then get the job done. You'll finish your work faster and you'll probably have a better time doing it too. So, here's the rule for life to remember today. Work hard. When you work, put your heart into it. It'll feel good to accomplish something. And when you play, you can put your heart into that too. Yes! Mission accomplished. See you next time.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to work really hard at becoming a ninja. Well, you can see how well that worked. About the most black that I have on me is this shirt that I'm wearing right here. I am not a ninja. I might pretend to be a ninja, but I am not a ninja. My brothers and I, we worked so hard. I don't know what happened. You know, sometimes in life, things don't work out the way we wish they would have worked out. But we still work hard. Sometimes some of the things I work at, they're just dreams, and that's okay. Sometimes they're actually events where I have to give my best. For instance, school. School is something I've got to give my best at. For you, some of you in this room right now, you think like an engineer or an architect. Some of you are thinking like a scientist. You're coming up with all these ideas and plans in your head of chemistry or how things work together. Some of you are daydreaming of being outside, walking through a forest, or just having a great time with your favorite pet, or hanging out with your friend. No matter where we're at, no matter what's going through our mind, God's asking us to give our best at whatever is expected out of us. As followers of Jesus, God gave us the Holy Spirit to help us with what He expected out of us. That's our responsibility. Some of those responsibilities are things like being loving, kind, gentle, compassionate, long-suffering, patient, giving and enduring through tough situations. All of those are fruits of the Spirit. And the fruits of the Spirit, those are expectations placed on us as followers of Jesus. He doesn't tell us we have to do them, but He's expecting us to show those to other people, especially those in our household and those in our neighborhood. Here at Bible Center Church, our goal is to help you as followers of Jesus learn to love God, learn to love others, and love the life you've been gifted. As we do that, we reveal there is a God who created everything, even an ant. And in His creation, He reveals to us an ant that never complains, never argues, just always does its job. That's who we need to be. Those who give our best working hard. As we work hard, God helps us to show the fruits of the Spirit to those who might not be easy to show the fruits of the Spirit to. Then, in those other times where it's really easy, it's kind of like something special. Boys and girls in Base Camp Online, thank you so much for joining us today. We're thankful that you joined us on Base Camp Live, learning about hard work, working hard. It's our responsibility and it's expected out of us. As you join us next week, we look forward to a brand new lesson in our Rules for Life series. As we've already learned, love God, love others, share what we have, and now sharing sometimes takes work. That's hard. We'll catch you here next week. Thanks for joining us. See you later. Bye-bye.